Dominating all distant horizons, Uncompahgre Peak boasts a prominent high point towering above all in the San Juan mountain range. At 14,309 feet, the high-altitude mountain lays claim to being the sixth highest peak located within the state of Colorado. Bold views of the mountain will surely chill the vigorous hiker with its fearsome appearance. Umcompahgre maintains exclusive bragging rights among the above 14,000-foot peaks, with its stunning rock mound summit suspended high in the thin air Colorado sky. The allure to challenge the high mountain summit will surely leave you with a newfound understanding of its elite 14er status held within this very special hike. Our journey begins at a turnoff following the Nelly Creek drainage about 5 miles from Lake City, Colorado. The rough four-wheel drive road meanders about 4 miles with an immediate rock-laden route. Smoothing out through numerous aspen groves, the narrow passage climbs higher and higher with few perception points. Brief glimpses of a small yet spectacular waterfall sidestepped from the road will be sure to set the stage with mounting isolation. Utilizing a high-clearance vehicle will tremendously aid and reduce your time frame needed to access the remote wilderness trailhead. About a half-mile from the road's end, a panoramic view becomes evident within a comfortable, flat-based field with numerous spots to camp. With the ever-changing weather, this may prove to be the perfect camping spot within the field's sheltering walls. At the trailhead a short distance up the road, you receive your first glimpses to the high mountain summit peering out from the tree-sloped hillside. It is sure to provoke your excitement. Staged at 11,500 feet, you immediately cross the wilderness boundary. This will be the start point of your 4-mile trek to stand upon Uncompahgre's summit. A short walk through the trees quickly ends with an open view, teasing your curiosity as to what lies ahead. This tends to be a well-used corridor for the animals of the forest as they depart the upper slope basin. Treading lightly here may reward one with their presence. As distant back views begin to unfold, the changing forward landscape finds you following the creek with an upward expanding horizon. Your first full-fledged view of the incredible mountain will surely capture all your inner attention. Trekking in this newly staged dream, inner thoughts will be forgotten with the unfolding beauty before your eyes. As I captured myself at this point on the trail, I can still recall the imposing height of the mountain as it completely overcame me. A newly found attitude will readjust your steps as you cross a rock slide area that continues to be a threat from high up on the hillside. You will be forced to channel your inner strength towards a heavier stride as the reality of your hike becomes evident. The now lower end of the valley begins to surround you as you begin to venture up a slanting hill. With hopes for a better overlook, the trail switchbacks with a steepening jolt, but without much distant perception. This is the beginning of the first noticeable altitude gain and will begin to set your pace. As the expanse of the upper basin becomes revealed, concentration on the downward view becomes irrelevant. Miles of alpine tundra lie in a bowl, with the trail dissecting its center. To the left of the basin, an impassable, immense crushed boulder field. After spending the first 3/4 of a mile down lower, the wide open expanse of the basin finds your focal point on the immense peak in the distance. The now hollowed out trail will be sure to lead you forward. Backdrop glances will bring about a newfound reality at this point. Unmistakably, you are now at the edge of timberline. The thin air now becomes evident and at times undeniable. Scanning the openness, you will be sure to find a peace not attainable within our low-altitude existence. Methodical footsteps will be paused as you take in the unique basin panorama. To stand in this secluded ecosystem and attempt to understand the severe conditions it is subjected to will taunt my mind forever. A lower switchback trail leads into the Big Blue Creek Valley just up over the saddle, while the continuing trail remains end-capped by the monumental 14er. Continuing my advance, I felt I had crossed a line into a different and strange world. Chilling thrills filtered through me as I lay witness to a final glimpse of summer, while being overshadowed by the stark contrast of the browning hillside beyond. The towering massive mountain will magnetically now begin to draw you in. Transfixed on the timberline trees far below, the now alien setting will kindle a slight sense of fear with its high altitude expanse. The reality of solitude will tend to creep inside you. Yet as I lay witness to my presence at the mountain base, the human existence perceivable on the ridgeline above replenished my addiction to summit fever. Angling to the far left of the basin, you continue the assault towards the ridgeline near its farthest edge. Although it seems you are hiking away from the mountain, you begin to stage yourself along the hillside that separates you from Matterhorn Basin. The trail now meanders, becoming loose and rocky.
Umcompahgre rising up behind me right here. You can see the colorful red bands of, I would call it granite, some kind of a granite in it. And that's actually somewhat the summit. It kind of rolls up behind it. But this is probably about 12,800 feet and making some good time and getting closer to her.
Sidestepping along the far reaches of the basin, you find yourself on a flattening grassy knoll with a stepped-up perception point. With an about face, the rolling hillside begins to reveal the staggering trail along with heightened viewpoints. The serrated horizon begins to become exposed. Opposite basin ridgelines drop away, revealing hidden, isolated areas difficult to venture into. Refocused on the tattered steepening trail, a couple of rest stops deposit you at the end of the upper overlook ridge. At this point of your hike, you realize the viewpoint standard begins to become exceptional. Hiking along the windy exposed ridge, Umcompahgre becomes the prime focal point once again. Yet as you traverse along, the overlooks are difficult to ignore. It is common to have high winds ripping along this ridge.
Talk about a view out behind me. You can see 14er and 13er Matterhorn, Wetterhorn. Little notch off to the side of the ridge. Kind of windy, whipping across the edge right here. I kind of found a little calm spot that's not too bad. One spectacular view all the way up.